So as y'all see, ABJ getting an abundance of that serious energy, cause it's some serious times. Peace, y'all. What's going on? In these times, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. There's some serious times going on. Some very serious, beautiful times. You dig what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and get this video. I'm not even gonna leave myself astray too much because this is literally like my third time trying this video. But these solar maximums are just banging out this weak technology, you know what I'm saying? They keep overheating. I had to put it in the freezer for a little bit of time to cool it back down. Man, but as you see, I got ABJ out here soaking in that beautiful energy as well. But let me just explain to y'all what's really going on right now. Alright, because I just see, you know what I mean, sometimes I try to be on my wise man, sit back, 2 ears open, 1 mouth closed sometimes, you know, and just try to surveillance the energies that are really fueling on the planet right now. However, you know, I just don't feel it's being said and really being clarified to the melanated peoples of planet Earth, the Melaninaires of planet Earth, as to how we're supposed to be harnessing this energy. Let's let that go by real quick. How we should be harnessing this energy taking place on the planet right now. They got you fueled in pure downward spiral. You dig what I'm saying? Negative vibrations is emitting out of our auras because everything that we think, everything that we do right about now is going to be amplified times 15. And why is that? You know, this is not just a metaphorical spin for something to be philosophically sweet to your ear, but truly to assimilate the resonance of scientific, spiritual cultivation of that which is truly taking place in the stars right now. You dig what I'm saying? Right now, as it relates to even, you know, 4th of July, you feel what I'm saying? As these times are known to be as it relates to right now on the planet, they got us completely bamboozled and looking backwards as to what is really going on in the stars and the universe and what we should be getting aligned with. Right now is a time of deep introspection, manifesting and bringing to fruition all that is in your mind, your higher level of cosmic thinking. Dwell within the star energies. Triple blackness. Triple blackness is the 3 dynamic layers of the skin pigmentation that help to facilitate your strongest energetic field, magnetic field, the endoderm, exoderm, mesoderm, triple blackness of the biological imprint of a melaninaire. You are a melaninaire, and this was supposed to be the movement for the summertime. You feel what I'm saying? It was supposed to be the movement for the summertime, melaninaires, and it's still the movement because right now we in the hottest segmented elements of our year, called solar maximum, or some people know it as the dog days, and I'll explain as to why it's called the dog days. But when we understand what's taking place right now, you think it's a coincidence that all these different countries facilitate their independence, their energetic frequency to empower their systematic oppressed outlook through a specific time of the year in July? Let's break it down for you real quick. July 4th, that's the most popular one. We know America's independence. July 4th. July 5th, we have Venezuela's independence. July 14th, La Pécure Juillet, or better known as French independence. What else? You have July 1st, that's Canadians' independence from England. What else? Point being, as you continue to move down the chains of overstanding and see why is it so significant? Is it just based on coincidence that all these different geographic locations decide to have their independence dwelled within this time span? Or is there something else that is amplified and utilized during these times? See, I feel it was almost a domino effect. One truly understood how they took and extrapolated the information from our ancient ancestors, our Sumerians, our ancient Kemetic sciences, Egyptian sciences, the Dogon tribes, understanding the dynamic alignments taking place with planet Earth and the Sirius constellation system. When you understand Sirius A and Sirius B, Sirius A and Sirius B, two of the most dynamic partner stars as it relates to. I gotta make sure. I think we're good. Alright, let's go back outside. Alright, y'all, my fault. Damn, I had to take a freezer break again. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to get into the shade, so I apologize if the lighting is a little bad. But nevertheless, like I was saying, as it relates to our sun, when you look at their paired duo in Sirius A and Sirius B, Sirius A is like 10 times as strong, 10 times as luminescent, as potent as far as electromagnetic frequency is concerned, as it relates to our beautiful light barrier. You feel what I'm saying? As our sun, our Ra. You dig what I'm saying? Whereas Sirius B is about 4 times as big as our planet Earth. You dig what I'm saying? It's a white dwarf star, so it's not as luminescent, but it's still a powerful star. You feel what I'm saying? And especially when it's paired up in its own right and in conjunction with its partner, daddy star, Sirius A. So what does this all mean? For one, 4th of July is one of the significant days as far as our sun being as farthest away from the planet as it possibly can be. That marks the day every single year. July 4th is the time where the sun is furthest away from planet Earth, and also retrospectively, it finds itself in direct alignment with these star systems. You dig what I'm saying? As far as Sirius A and our sun come into direct conjunction on this day, July 4th. You know what I mean? Or just this span of time, to which end we're getting. Hold on, I hope this shit ain't overheat. But as it relates to this conjunction amplifies the electromagnetic frequency taking place on planet Earth. Hence, all that is above is all that will be represented below. You feel what I'm saying? So your thoughts are amplified. Your wavelength, your quantum mechanics of how you're able to facilitate the incorporeal down to terrestrial, from the celestial down to the terrestrial, how you're able to bring to fruition and manifestations the thoughts that are amplified through your power of design, imagination. You feel what I'm saying? Especially being Melaninaires on the planet. Only we obtain the grace and the dignity and the integrity to really be able to take that which is celestial and bring it down into a manifestive energy, down into the physical. What does this mean? If they got you down in Charlotte and Washington or wherever else people want to be at, you know what I'm saying? They got you in Charlotte, they got you in all these different places, banging over flags, banging over situations that are so minuscule to a large scheme of things as to what we should be tapping into. Now is the time where we should be tapping into our higher self. Meditation, not just meditation, but high inclined levels of ideas to bring forth with one another. You feel what I'm saying? This systematic approach got you so focused on them, giving all that energy that's amplified. Because regardless, during these times of a solar maximum, during these times of conjunction with Sirius A and B, what Sirius A and B is doing is absolutely dynamic to the evolutionary process of us being able to regain a strength that is lost throughout different segmented points of the year, especially for the melanated beings who are stuck in the hills of North America, who find themselves highly vitamin D deficient and sickle cell prone based on the fact that they've adapted to a geographic location that's further away from an equator, high in UVB radiation, high in electromagnetic frequency. You feel what I'm saying? High within the alignment of the sun as well as Earth's magnetic field. You feel what I'm saying? We have to find ourselves back in this same conjunction. However, during these given times, the dog days, which is what you call, Sirius has other names called the dog star. These are what were coined. You dig what I'm saying? Dog, Dogon, dog star. So we call these the dog days because these are the hottest days of the year, no matter where you at. May you be in the Caribbean or may you be in the north, south, east or west. You're in a dynamic space of energetics right now, which amplifies more electrical conductivity within the mind, within the faculty of thought. You feel what I'm saying? Electrical neurons is what move and facilitate ideas, brilliance. Still on. So when you understand and understand this very component to a revolutionary process of being able to think beyond the illusion and the schisms and the isms that are filtrated amongst your ideas, you could then see how we're being led astray by being so focused on all the wrong things. Why y'all focused on a Confederate flag? All that shit is irrelevant right now. What you should be tapping into is something much more dynamic within self. You feel what I'm saying? Come back to yourself, because they know how to utilize these energies. Hence why I broke down how all these Independence Days seem to ironically fall on the beginning of these solar flares, of these solar maximums, of these electromagnetic transference between the planet and our celestial heavens above. You feel what I'm saying? Come into alignment and utilize your strengths wisely. Stop being led as like a little carrot trying to find some security within that which is falsely illusionary. You feel what I'm saying? And drink a lot of water. Stop playing. Well, I had to let this bad boy cool down a little bit. But I'm about to close it out. Check out the crystals, man. Check out the crystalline crystals, man. You already know this is why ABJ be shining on some very, very high frequency. Because you got to understand that which we are. You feel what I'm saying? And this is how we going to shine through life. You feel me? Like right now, what melanated peoples, what the Melaninaires of the planet have to understand. And this is why I feel like this had to be conveyed. Because honestly and truly, you know, y'all know that I make videos time and time again, you know what I'm saying? You know, periodically I like to make certain videos, you know what I mean, just to expound on specific ideas and just really help the mind grasp certain concepts from a specific angle that I feel isn't really being groomed within perspective. However, you know, I'm not too big as far as putting all that intellectual energy within these platforms like a Facebook, YouTube, and all these things. I mean, yeah, it's great. We're able to connect with one another in a space and dynamic that helps us leap the bounds of time and distance. However, you know, I feel we have to tread a better we have to tread a better line when it comes to that. There's a thin line between just naively putting all of our juice and energy right into the hands of the very people who would love nothing more but an upper hand as to how they could monopolize or intrinsically utilize that which we're giving out, that we naturally get from the celestial heavens above. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's guaranteedly a fact. This melanin cloak, you dig what I'm saying? This ambiance, this illuminescence, this starlight being, star mode. This is why we ain't no beast mode, man. You get your mind back, get your light back. You feel me? Illuminate yourself once more. They got you in beast mode, cause they got you bestialically moving through your rhythm. I am spitting fire. Y'all better know it. Look how the universe telling me, you touching on that threshold right now, eh? I'm still in the mundane level of thinking, social constructions of the mind. We have to alleviate ourselves from this matrix. You feel me? They got you out here keeping illusions alive. You marching for illusions. You're not marching for your liberation. You marching for illusions. They know the only way they could keep that shit alive is by you being influenced by it. You giving in to the idea and the conceptualization of that which this oppressor have put into circulation of thought, especially in these times, which is why I'm spitting this message. Spitting hot fire clearly. Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm. Because we got to get the African back into its right mind. Like the Dogons once had. Like the ancient Sumerians once had. Like the Egyptians once had. These are the Helikio years, baby. Get back into your right state of frequency and understand how to utilize these energies, man. Come off of the plane of the terrestrial and elevate your mind back to a higher sense of frequency, because they got you manifesting things that are in no way, shape, or form. You ain't got no right manifesting the things that we manifesting right now. Banging over flags? You know what I'm saying? Just because I understand the mission and the intent behind us standing up for the things that we feel are obliged to circumvent, really, an overall movement that we're trying to concede to. I understand why these things are being done, why we out in Charlotte and all these other places, you know, or Charleston, my fault. Why we in Charleston and why we in everywhere. Why we all over the place in different geographic locations, from New York to Chicago to Baltimore to all these different spaces, fighting in the manner in which we are. However, the truest fight, the truest success within this revolutionary plight that we find ourselves in is us coming back to our vices. And our vices is in the dynamic, undeniably dynamic alignment with the universe, because that's what you came from. Half of these Europeans, half of these Caucasoids walking around here finally on their 2 feet, came off their all fours. They can't take in the sunlight. They spores moving on this planet. These are parasites moving on the planet. It's plant life versus parasites. That's it. You a plant life being. You a phototrophic being. You a photomechanic being. You taking that photon energy and you simulate it into something high frequency that matches with the planet's vibrations. They can't do that. They get sunburned. They create suntan. They create sunglasses. They create umbrellas. They create things that are cloaked in melanin, because they have to protect themselves from that which is abundant. All that this video was about was the star constellations. Our beautiful sun, which we know they're allergic to. So if they're allergic to the sun, the regular sun that we see day in and day out, that rises without failure, sunrise and sunset without failure, stays in its dynamic purpose. If anything on this planet is allergic to that, but yet we're fighting for their flag, they clearly have no power. They clearly have no power. You look at those flags, or you look at the situation of governmental suppression over that which is the hood, or that which is a poverty state of mind, a poverty level of consciousness. You say, well, we got to go to them to get our power back. We have to fight these constitutions. We have to fight these amendments to get our power back. But yet, you could sit in the sun for 8 to 9 to 10 or 24 hours out the day. Well, the sun is, well, it does shine through the moon. That's a whole different topic. Because even when the sun is down, we're still getting sunlight energy. And we have to understand the magnetic field and the perceptions beyond just the tangible lens. But that's a whole different topic. But we take in that which is given from a celestial level. What is Constitution, amendment, rights, and all these other governmental facilitations to keep us in an oppressive disposition compared to that which is the sunlight? You take the sunlight out the equation, none of that shit matters. You take the universe out of this equation, you take us wobbling on our axis out of the equation. When this earth stops moving, all that shit stops being relevant. So if you tap into what is its predecessor, what is its hierarchy, the universe is the hierarchy of the government. So what are you doing trying to see eye to eye or bandwidth this lower form of energetic frequency that you should be tapping into, is my point. Tap into the universe, tap into the nature around. Don't get so stuck in these illusions that without you giving it light and energy, it doesn't exist. It's like the nerd and the bully situation in high school. When the nerd gives the bully the incentive to feel that, yo, whatever you have to do to me actually impacts my life, that's the only time the bully actually cares to bang. Look at the storyline time and time again when the nerd says, you know what, I'm no longer bothered by you. The bully sits back and says, damn, why are you not bothered by me? That's the most influential impact of a minor revolution that could take place between the bully and the geek. The geek is gonna say, man, you don't impact my life. You're null and void. You're void ab initio. You're irrelevant to my life. And then you start seeing the bully start to whimper like, I have no parasitic purpose. I can't colonize another being anymore. So I have to move on. This is what it's always been about. This is what it's always been about. We look for instant gratification to teach a monkey new tricks. We're looking at a leopard, hoping that it's going to change its spots, hoping that a zebra is just going to change its stripes. We know the dynamic alignment of this beast, of this enemy, this common enemy, which is parasitic energy. And parasites could dwell within any facilitation of physical matter on this planet right about now, because they got y'all so hocus pocused out, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Dude, dietary consumption, libertary consumption isn't at your peak, but dietary consumption is. You're dying in the things that you eat. You're dying in the things that you consume. Not just on a plate, but also too in your thought. We have to elevate the mind. It sounds cliche, doesn't it? Again, like I said, it ain't nothing to be philosophically sweet to your ear, but it's true facts. You have to come back to what your strength is. Our strength is not a big gun collection. This is your gun collection right here. It's called your DNA. It's called keratinocytes. It's called melanin. It's called red blood cells. It's called plasmic energy within your body. That's your arsenal. Black love is your arsenal. Black family, that's your arsenal, I promise you. That's why the European truly fears you so much, because they know without any kind of violence, you could eradicate their ass like that by not paying attention to them. That's what they scared of. You think they scared of you hoopla and running around the streets marching, giving them mad attention? They like, yeah, give me the attention that I need, because I can't get it from the sun, because I'm allergic to that shit. That's why I created sunblock. I'm allergic to it. I can't just take in that energy that you naturally have in abundance. You gotta see your strength. All that glitter ain't gold. So the chrome on that 9 revolver might glitter and look real useful right about now, but I'm telling you, that ain't your that's not your strength. Mind you, I'm not saying that to utilize these things and have them to facilitate what clearly you are not tapping into, so you have to meet the means of the extreme. This is true. However, do not lose sight of your strength, which is tapping into a frequency of charge, electromagnetic ambiance, luminescence, star mode, not beast mode. Turn into a star again. Evade the mundane levels of cloak, illusion, matriarch. Get yourself through the true Adam's arc of self, the atomic arc of self, the atomic atom. Come on, y'all. Come back to your deepest strength, man. This is Ascendedbeing, and hopefully this is found useful to the melanated beings, the Melaninaires. We're gonna continue this movement, man. I apologize for being stagnant and sharing this information. Well, I don't apologize. I purposely chose not to really put a lot of this stuff here on the internet, honestly, but I think it needs to be said, because we're not connecting the dots on our own. So let's get it, man. Tap back into your true essential soul, man. Elevate yourself. Wise up and rise up. This is Ascended, man. Let's get it. Gotta tap back in, man. They got us looking left when we should be looking right. Shit ain't right, I'm trying to get back into sight. Illuminate your bright, 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 bright light. You already know it's time to move to the fight. It's revolution. You already know we breaking down illusions, perpetrating, percolating, contusions to the mind, blunt force trauma to the mind. Every time, every synchronized lyric is aligned. Let this alkaline rhyme trickle down your spine. You already know God body in the line. Netaru.